you may be. Welcome to One Perspective to Another podcast. I am your humble and gracious host, A. Sanders, here with episode 161. Gotta keep consistency up. This episode will be titled Roller Coaster Observations. Because we're just going to get right into it. It's not anything special episode. Just keeping my consistency, putting my thoughts on wax, putting my thoughts on paper. Took some time to actually think about what I wanted to say this time, just a little bit. But just in the past 2 weeks, being observant of all the muck of social media. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I just see a lot of repetitiveness, or most people, maybe it's just me, or people trying to force things that are simple and make them complex. Maybe it's to get viewers, maybe it's to get people to watch, but it just feels like a lot of muck. That's why it's a roller coaster observation. Shout out to Ms. Peloton for the roller coaster thought. But the thing that I see the most is, especially on Instagram, I ain't really been on the TikTok in that realm of seeing shit. Like, my TikTok is really weird, but mostly on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn and stuff. The whole mode is generational wealth. And it's just about the money. I get the money. I get the aspect of saving. I get the aspect of wanting to be able to provide. I want to be able to do that shit too. But like, that's not all that is inside of wealth. That's not the only thing that's inside of generational wealth. You're going to get taxed. You're going to get this. We all understand the logistics of how to get money, how to get X, Y, and Z, how to be X, Y, and Z. But point blank period, is everybody going to be a billionaire? No. So you got to learn to be able to have generational wealth with your understanding of yourself and understanding what you want to actually do. How lazy are you really? How much effort do you really want to put in? I don't want to say that's the real generational wealth, but it is. But it's just effort. It's consistency. It's waking up every day and choosing to do X, Y, and Z. The same concepts apply to love, to finances, to working out, to everything. It's just a choice. And that's what I feel the generational wealth completely encompasses. It's not just money. It's not just a tangible piece of paper or tangible wealth in your account. Like, we want to be complete. We want to be dynamic, to be able to do anything, not just one way. We want to be a jack of all trades. The continuous growth and development of our beings, our entities, and whatever else holds behind it or after it. Like, it's not just about, yes, it's about money. You want to be happy. Yes, you want to be able to go around the world. You want to take trips, but you got to sacrifice. It's a balancing act. Always comes back to situational awareness. What do you want to do for the rest of your life every day? Do you want to work every day, or do you want to go play every day? But after you playing, you ain't got no money and you broke. You gotta have to come back and work. Like, generational wealth is just understanding what you as a human want to do. That's what I think it is currently at this time and place where I'm at. Because I see a lot of people building brands and building this persona, and a lot of them are just get rich quick schemes, or like the little baby mamas on Instagram trying to be in your DMs talking about you want to be my sugar daddy and all this shit. It's like, I get it, quick scam, quick here and there, but like, nothing that you build overnight is going to last to the end of the week. Like, you got to build your foundation strong. You got to build a brand that has your mission really behind it, of what you're selling or whatever you're giving to the world. Your contribution to the world is really what you're selling. It's not the artifact or the piece of jewelry or the clothing or the fucking artwork or the shit, the podcast, the merchandise, whatever the shit may be. It got you behind it. So what are you selling? What are you giving to the world? That's some more generational wealth. Like, what prolonging thing do you have that you can provide to people? Yeah, you want to make the X, Y, and Z. You got to make $1,000 a day to be a millionaire and all this shit. I get it. But you can only sell what you can sell for the allotted amount of time that you are giving people something worthwhile. Is that real generational wealth? I don't know. Because doing it for a week is cool, but you got to keep your longevity. Because I see a lot of people just selling, doing, advertising, and doing it for the money, and doing it for the quick flip, and doing it for whatever. And I'm not saying it's the wrong reasons. Like, we all on our own journeys, we're all on our own paths and stuff. But it's like, what's the next move? What's going to happen after that? Is it worth it? Is it going to be productive? Will you be productive afterwards? Questions and thoughts that I just have. That's why I say it's in the muck, just a roller coaster observation and shit. Even on my own self, like, what am I doing? I'm just trying to be consistent in this. Another thought that I had these past couple weeks is when you have somebody or somebody asks you how you're doing, or you explain something to them, and their way of communicating with you is putting themselves in an example of what you just explained. The like Super Soul Sunday aspect of it is like, people are talking to you because they want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be, I don't even know what the word is for it right now, but they want to be able to be first. They want to be able to know that they are heard, heard. Because a lot of times when somebody expressing themselves to you, you get dismissed, or you may feel like you get dismissed. And a lot of people do it. And I'm guilty of it myself sometimes too. The intent to speak is not to understand, like, you just want to speak to speak. And it's not just in somebody talking about how they may be feeling, just in regular conversation. We just have to be more mindful of what comes out of people's mouths and listening before someone speaks. Because when it irritates me too, because sometimes you talking to somebody about like being in a relationship or some shit, and females and males all on the same accord will say, well, I'm communicating, but he don't know how to communicate. It's also your responsibility to be able to verbalize what your feelings are, to verbalize how you're feeling, to verbalize those things then in order to be receptive to that person. The communication part comes on the next step after that, and saying like, hey, help me understand that. Help me figure out how I can better make you feel that you are understood. Like, it's simple shit in my head, but I don't know if it's that way for everybody else, because people will get mad and argue about shit and be present and just want to fight about shit. But it's like, are you actively listening? Are you calm enough to be in this moment, to know that you're here right now, you're present right now, you're not in the past, you're not in the past situation, you're not in the future situation of thinking that shit's just gonna go bad. You're here right now. Whatever happened, if this is the 14th time of you doing it, then it's the 14th time of you doing it. But in this moment, it's the only one that counts. It's the only thing that's important. So why would you bring up the past? Why would you bring up the future? If whatever your concern or whatever your need or whatever your desire is in this moment right now, why are you bringing up the past and the future? What do you need right now? What experience are you trying to convey? What expression, emotion are you trying to convey right now? And I think people just forget about being present and grounding themselves in the moment where you are. I don't want to say it's daunting, but I see just a lot of miscommunication with shit and things not being explained. But we act like things are just so simple, but then at the same time, we act like shit is just so difficult. I don't know, maybe it's just me being in this just social media shit and just seeing the same repetitiveness and people not getting it. Maybe it just irritates me. I don't know. But yeah, that's my little roller coaster thought on that. Because somebody asks you how you doing. You don't want to put things back on to you. I don't know. I don't even know if that should make any sense. Maybe it do, maybe it don't. But like I say all that to get to the main focus of the roller coaster thought of like I was saying, is being present in the moment, being here, being now, where you got time to focus, time to exist here in this moment. Because every moment's going to happen whether you here or not. And if you too far in the past and the past is going to catch up with you, you too far in the future, then the future going to keep pushing you into the past. Like, it's that simple. Like, we want to be dynamic now, in the now, forever in the now. Yes, our past is our past. And I wrote a quote about it. I was trying to make my podcast match my quotes, but it didn't work out like that because it's too long and too many different things come out. But the quote is like, your past does not need to go boxes. What happened in your past happened in your past. It may affect you in certain instances, but it's not everything that you are in this moment. You don't want to walk around in the now with to-go boxes of fucking old past memories and shit that don't do anything for you but just hold you back. You can't go on the roller coaster with a to-go box. You can't drive the car with a to-go box in your hand, you know? Some things you can do, but it's in motion. You can chew gum from the past in the present, but you can't have a to-go box. That's why I say, like, it's always situational awareness. Some shit you can take, but not everything you can take. Being smart in what you do take and what you do choose. You can keep a to-go box somewhere, but not everywhere with you in the now. When you go back home and you want to reflect and you want to grow and you want to get more in touch with the reasons why you are the way you are now in the present now, then that makes sense. It's okay to go back and wonder why and ask questions of why. But if they don't affect you and you can't take them inside your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, your spirit, then you don't need to carry it. Just let it go. Let that shit go. I don't think it's that important to carry around so much heaviness if you don't need to. Because we all got past, we all got histories, we all got pain and shit that we lived through, and it's 1,000% okay to think back, but don't always bring it with you into the now. Because whatever you went through, whatever happened to you, you're here now, so you got through it. Sometimes it may come back and affect you, but it doesn't if you understand the why, what it's trying to teach you and all that. Because it makes me think of like, well, why do I do these fucking podcasts? Why do I consistently write these quotes? And it's because sometimes, or an epiphany of mine is that maybe I think I need it later on. Maybe a future version of me may have to listen to one of these podcasts and get a little piff or a little powwow of inspiration or knowledge or something, and just to see where my thoughts were, see where my thought process is, see where my just everything is, where my thinking was. Because who knows what's going to happen in 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Maybe we'll be in the metaverse. Maybe this will be on Web3. But yeah, that's my roller coaster thought. Thanks for listening, because this is just me trying to keep consistent, or consistency, every 2 weeks. It's not that much to ask for 2 podcasts a week. But thank you to everybody who listened last week. Shout out to people who listen on Apple specifically. The likes mean the most. So tell 2 friends to tell 2 friends. And we will catch you on the flip side. Hopefully next week I'll have a guest, because I know people don't want to listen to me all the time. So I'm going to cross my fingers and dot my I's that I can get something recorded and just drop it. But we'll let you know. We'll see when we see after you listen to this one. But as always, it's just my perspective, and I am out.